Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I am Amber Wright, and this is Suzanne Glick, and we are here to share with you how to start a learning center or holistic school in 12 steps. So, I'd first like to introduce Suzanne to you. She has been a Waldorf teacher and administrator for 25 years. Through the course of her career, she has pioneered 7 initiative schools and programs. She has gained insights into different organizational models of cooperative schools, private and charter schools. Exploring different pedagogical systems has been fruitful, fulfilling in our curricular pieces that serve a wide range of student and family needs. Her work in schools from British Columbia, Ontario, New York, Washington, and Oregon has made a full experiential scope of study and experience to draw from. Suzanne has been involved with leadership for startup programs in early childhood groups, elementary, and high schools. She has leadership and administrative experience fundraising and maintains an international network of resource teams. Wow. Suzanne also manages entrepreneurial interests in sustainable textile design and operates a micro cooperative retreat center hosting hikers, ski, and snowboard enthusiasts year round near Mount Baker, Washington. She currently lives at the Hearthstone Eco Village in Lang Bay, British Columbia, and is studying mediation and conflict resolution at the Justice Institute in British Columbia.
Thanks so much, Amber. I have to say that Amber Wright is one of my favorite people to work with. Not only is she a brilliant colleague and designer, she's also become a really close friend. We have been enjoying our journey together as we build the 12 steps to launch. And let me introduce you to her. The idea of Alighten came to Amber in the summer of 2018 during a spiritual awakening. She has built a network of holistic healers and educators, creating new earth systems for the betterment of all. Amber and I teamed up in 2022 to provide support for administrators of holistic education centers who are starting or running microschools, learning centers, and homeschool pods, and others with the foundational steps to grow and last. Amber is an advisor with PMA Power and helps with the foundational documents to start ministries, churches, and private member associations internationally. I hope you'll have an opportunity to work with her yourself. She is a total powerhouse, and I'm honored to continue on with her. Thank you so much, Amber.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you as well.
So before we get started telling you a little bit more about these 12 steps, I wanted to give you a bit of a background on how we came to discover them. They weren't always in this order, and through trial and error over many cycles, we have found the right, most efficient track to get from beginning to end. If you will, visualize a spiraling staircase of knowledge. And this comes directly out of Rudolf Steiner's teaching, which in a very different way is aligned with Maria Montessori and other Emilio Reggio's systems around the world, including the Forest School initiatives from Finland. So when we look at this model of 3 cycle steps going to 12, you'll see there'll be 4 groups. In the first step, there's always an impulse. In the second step, there's always a bridge. And at the end, the third step, there is a conclusion. So it cycles through in that way, building slowly from an internal impulse, which the initiative and the visionary carries, all the way to its external form of a formed program that people are attending and utilizing. So just to keep that in mind, our impulse came from source, and much like Amber had her spiritual awakening, this was where it came for me. So I hope you enjoy the journey as Amber reads through step 1 through 12, and then we'll finish off with the visionary verse from Rudolf Steiner.
Sounds great. In step 1, we take a look at ourselves as a leader with an impulse to bring new pathways in education to our communities as the first of many important steps to examine. Why are we drawn to begin such a project? Who are we serving? What will we offer? Where will we build our vision? When will we start? How are we going to do so? Once we explore these questions, we can truly begin our journey. Step 1 has a lot of self-reflection. In step two, building your leadership team is an essential step of any program launch. Working alone has its benefits, of course, though for true success on a project that will reach many diverse needs, it is important to know who you can count on to carry some of the load. Through a series of surveys, meetings, and planning sessions, you can identify the strengths of like minded people coming together to become the nucleus of your initiative. And step three, the final of the first cycle. The first cycle of three steps is the foundation work that you must do to become a stable entity working with your impulse lead or visionary, the leadership team, and greater community as you build onto the foundation. Examining governance structures, leadership styles, and finding a common philosophy to follow allows a harmonious balance to emerge between the leadership team and the leaders, which will help attract the right group of parents and students to your program. Identifying how you will work towards your shared vision and create a mission statement is an essential step. Okay, step four, creating, this is the first of the second cycle. Creating your working handbook is a labor intensive project. We have compiled many different handbook templates to review and use, ensuring that as your main government governing document, nothing has been missed. As an organization, this document is essential to have as a resource for parents as well as staff. It outlines the legal responsibility, agreements, and obligations of all the members and participants that form your faculty, administration, and parent body. In step five, planning your financial strategy, making an outline, budget, and forecast can be overwhelming if you don't have the experience with doing this type of research. If you have someone on your leadership team that can do these kinds of things, then you're in good shape. If you have to figure that out on your own, it is a steep and rewarding learning curve. We provide examples of tracking and design systems to help you manage the flow of your financial plan. In addition, a presentation on how to approach funding, fundraising, grant writing, setting tuition, and planning for expenses is also included in this topic. And in step six, this is a midpoint of the series where the hard work designing internal operating systems meets the external world of gathering your students and staff, setting things up to open your timeline. A business plan is a critical review of all the information and research that has been gathered so far. Putting together a comprehensive business plan enables an organization to seek funding, loans, and benefactors. It is a great bridge between the preceding steps and the next cycle. With a simple and effective outline, we guide you through the template to write your own business plan. Okay, an exciting part, the location. Location plays a really big part in the success of your program launch. Having a great site is instrumental to sustain and grow your project and feel like the spot you are set up in can become home base. When assessing the location options, it is important to consider things from different points of view. Will your program start small and then move once a growth target has been reached? Should you rent, lease, or buy a property? These questions and more can be approached using several different tools brought during the presentation session. Step 8, designing the curriculum plan that will be used allows you to look back at what your leadership team chose to do in step 2 and 3. Once you have established the type of program offering you will have, the curriculum content and flow plan for the day, week, month, and year calendar can be applied. Using step 7 to determine the boundaries and limitations of what can be offered also helps form the curriculum plan. Samples of teacher resources and outlines are offered to compare and study as you build your ideal plan. Step 9, intake processes for staff and families is often overlooked, which can result in unnecessary challenges. In this step, we look at ways to screen potential applicants, meet our target audience, and fulfill our education goals by onboarding the right profile of educators and families. For this step, it is essential to know your curriculum preferences and the kind of philosophy and vision that your group is holding. The preceding work done will help inform your choices on who you bring in from the outside world. Sample documents for hiring and interview questions are also provided. In step 10, as opening day approaches, looking at this critical in-reach and outreach step must be considered. Delegating tasks for your newly onboarded parents and staff can be organized according to their skills, strengths, and experience of your group. The leadership team, having gone through the startup process, can be instrumental in this phase, working directly with parents and allowing your administration the opportunity to work closely with the faculty. Building community relations and sourcing off-site resources is also an important consideration during this step, which can be efficiently done by setting up committees once you have enough critical mass of enrollment. Setting a precedent of mandatory participation is part of ensuring sustainable parent-staff relations. And step 11, gathering and ordering the supplies and infrastructure can be the most satisfying part of setting your vision in motion. Once you have gotten all the other steps in order, this can feel like setting the stage for a wonderful performance. For a performance to be ready, you must make sure you have a cast, director, script, stage, and set ready to go. Then it's showtime. We provide outlines for classroom supplies, furniture that you may need for permanent and movable classrooms, and links for getting suppliers. And finally, step 12. Finally, all the hard work has paid off and your program has launched. This step is for tracking the progress, challenges, and successes that will unfold through your year. Keeping a record of weekly meetings for faculty, administration, and your leadership team, also known as the parent liaisons, will help inform you of where you need to make changes and refinements in each term and for the following year. This is the most important step for the continuance of your initiative as it allows you time to step back, watch the show, and reflect on the progress of the project. Without gaining this kind of perspective, you cannot see the forest for the trees. After each term, meet with your team and discuss things as they come up. Call a town hall style meeting for the whole community of members when there are big decisions or concerns to address to ensure transparency and especially if there are to be changes made to the governing documents. Once you have a working logbook of your findings, implement changes and record those results as well. Generally, a program needs 3 years to of results to see what is its unique qualities are. In 5 years, even more will be known about your organization. Remember, every initiative or impulse carries with it its own unique biography, and if well tended, will yield wonderful results.
Thank you so much, Amber, for pulling all of this together with me. This is many years of research, application, and study and self-study. 12 steps, and from start to finish, each one of them requires you to assess yourself as that visionary. Everyone needs a good captain on their ship, and we hope that this map will help you become a good captain and steward of your program. I'd like to read a closing verse from Rudolf Steiner, which is our guiding light in the Waldorf Initiative world. And this is also a verse that the faculty reads weekly when they meet to join together in a common vision. Imbue thyself with the power of imagination. Have courage for the truth. Sharpen thy feelings for responsibility of soul. Thank you again for watching. We wish you all the best of luck with your work going forward into the future.